Hey everyone, DarkDragoon here with Season 2, Episode 40 of my FTB Modpack Let's Play. So today, I definitely settled, obviously last episode was debating between what I was going to get into today, and I settled on getting ourselves another one of these forestry farms going. Mostly because we used up quite a bit of rubber a couple episodes ago, and really to move forward with things like GregTech and lots more industrial craft stuff, we're going to need lots of rubber. So we need to deal with that. So basically, I'm just going to get together basically our farm blocks, which you guys have seen me make quite a few episodes ago. And once I have those, we'll find a good spot to set up and we'll start building. Alright, just getting together the last bits of stuff that we're going to need. And yeah. We're just going to need to put together ourselves a bit of a circuit board here. So I definitely want to show that on camera since the forestry plugin's still not quite fixed. So you definitely want to be able to see that. We're just going to make one of these. And it's just going to take a minute. So there you go. Pretty simple recipe. Gold in the center, redstone on the side. And we're also going to want to make ourselves a couple of these rubberized electron tubes. 4 should do the trick. And you can see the recipe there. Pretty simple. Just some rubber. And pretty much the same way we make other redstone tubing, or not redstone tubing, but the electron tubing. So our circuit board's done, so I'm going to pull that out and shut off the power just to make all of this stop. So, at least that should be shut off now. Yeah, that's charging up. Cool. Alright, so let's find us a good spot to go ahead and start setting this whole contraption up. I'm thinking it probably should be kind of close by. And we need to have plenty of room because it's going to be as big as our wheat farm here. And that was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 by 11? How much space do we have here? Not that much. So, probably going to have to put it right over here past these trees, and I think we're going to give a little bit of a space between this stuff. So why don't we go ahead and start it right here. There we go. I'm just sort of marking out our area. It should be right there. Alright, so we're going to have to definitely clear out these trees and such. So I'm going to clear out this area, turn it all into, well, basically dig down one and try to basically clear it. Actually, I'm going to get our filler and do that. So I'm going to clear the area and then I'll be back. Alright, so I've got myself a bit of an area laid out here, similarly to how we set up that one. It doesn't need to be a huge farm, but I'm pretty much just going to set it up pretty much like we did the other one. Don't think I made myself a hatch, so I'll have to set that up somewhere later. But yeah, let's just get this thing put down, and then we can talk about, well, it's pretty much going to, like I said, go down exactly the same way as the other one, so not going to be too complicated. I believe that should do it. I feel like it's not as big as it should be for some reason. Yes, because I'm not accounting for this. So yes, it needs to be one more high. Okay, so we do have ourselves some gearboxes and the area for our hydration as well. So pretty much I'm just going to set up our gearboxes almost the exact same way we did before, because that was pretty efficient, I think, putting the 3 on there. And then we'll just put our hydration box on the back. Cool. I also went ahead and got myself an aqueous accumulator. And I think we're going to put this one down in the ground and then just hook it up via a tube. And I'm going to dig this out because that's a lot of stuff that we don't want to really just leave there. Whoop. Well, that was strange. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to need a bit of water. You guys have seen me put together an aqueous accumulator before, so let me be back in just a second. Alright, so everything's set up. We got ourselves our aqueous accumulator set up. And yeah, so the only other thing we really need to do is, for now, I'm just going to manually grab some fertilizer. Again, we could probably set up a turtle or some other means to get the fertilizer over here. I might just program another quick turtle, probably off camera, since it'll be pretty much the same sort of setup as before. But what we're going to do is we're going to need to take our soldering iron and pop our circuit board in here. We want to set it to manual farms because the rubber tree farm has to be set up manually. And we're just going to set up basically rubber tree plantation on all 4 sides. We could switch this up, but I kind of just want this to be a dedicated rubber farm. So there we go. It is set up now to just deal with rubber. Now I believe it needs, it's going to need dirt to run on, and it's also going to need rubber tree saplings, which we should have both of those in fair abundance. I'm just going to steal the dirt out of this farm since it doesn't actually need it to run. So if we go ahead and hook this thing up to our power network down here, I'm going to grab our energy conduits. If we just hook this up to the sort of the farm power net, this should work pretty well, I think. And I'm trying to decide where best for this to come out at. How's this thing doing? It's full. So let's just dig in here. Pretty much we'll just use this this energy cell here to power everything. So pretty much just going to be running this line straight over. And we should run right into where we want to be. Let's dig down here just to... Okay, and that way we'll know we've run into it when we run into it. Okay, there we go. Cool, so now we can just run this line straight over. Did we go ahead and... I think we went ahead and did that, right? This thing shouldn't need a ton of power at all times. That's kind of why we're doing it this way. It should just be able to run sort of slowly and basically just use energy whenever it needs it. And judging from the sound I just heard, I think everything worked. So I'm just going to cover things up here again. And we're going to hop upstairs and check to see what's going on. Okay, so it does appear to be running. It obviously doesn't have any rubber tree saplings to work with at the moment. So let's see here. I'm pretty sure it just needs dirt. I don't think it needs the humus, but that could be wrong. I'm going off of what the wiki is saying, so we'll just have to test it and find out. Let's also grab some of our rubber tree saplings while we're in here. I think we had a bunch stored up. Yeah. The nice thing about this farm is this is going to collect our resin for us, so shouldn't be too big of a problem. Here's our input. There. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. Again, it might need the humus. I'm not sure. Power's not flowing. I'm not sure why. Power is leaving that cell. That's interesting. Alright, let me go off camera for a second and figure out what's going on. Alright, I had a dirt moment. So I know exactly why this isn't running, because we have it because this is a manual farm. That's why. So we have to set it up ourselves. Pretty much, I think it'll run off dirt. I mean, that's what the wiki says, so that's what I'm going with. So basically, I'm just setting this up with dirt in a pattern, similarly to our other thing. And of course, it's not really gonna get going yet, but I believe the farms like to put trees every sort of staggered. So basically we're just going to fill this out just like that over there. Shouldn't be too difficult. We have tons of dirt, so we're not really losing any vital resource here. And we're going to get lots of rubber out of it, I think. So, that done, let's grab our rubber tree saplings and just start plunking them down. I'm thinking, honestly, I'm not sure what the sort of most efficient way to go about this is. I'm just going to go with a guess. There might be a better way to do this. If you guys have any ideas, feel free to comment. I'm more than happy to listen. Even if this isn't the most efficient way to do this, you get a ton of rubber for your resin, so we're not really going to be too much hurting. So this should be set up properly, unless it's really just going crazy and I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to let this go for a few minutes, and I'll be back when I see something change. Alright, I've been letting this go for a little bit, and it does seem to be working. I went ahead and made some humus just to see if it made a difference, and it doesn't appear to. So I think I am just going to fill this whole area in with humus, just because it's a different color, and I can sort of see it a little bit, and it sort of stands out against everything else. So, whoop, a little bit of lag. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that, and it does appear to be working. As we can see here, we're getting sticky resin buildup right there. Cool. So now that you guys see that this is working, obviously, like I said, this is probably not the most efficient way to be doing these trees. It does seem to be helpful to go ahead and clip your leaves as you were doing it manually, but this thing will pretty much go ahead and pull the sticky resin out by itself, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. So that done, I'm just going to basically replace this dirt with humus. I'll show you guys very briefly the recipe if I can find it. It's pretty simple. We're just going to need some dirt and some fertilizer. Actually, we should be able to grab a bit of fertilizer out of here. Not too big of a problem. So pretty simple piece of fertilizer surrounded by dirt will give you humus. Like I said, this isn't necessary. I'm mostly just doing it for the look. So yeah, so I'm going to replace all this and then I'll be back. Alright, so I think we got to the point where we can't see the forest from the trees. Because yeah, this is insane. Pretty much you just want to I just bone mealed the entire thing. And you want to make sure that before you bone meal a particular sapling that it's got a clear line of sight to the sky. That way it won't grow all stunted and weird looking. So this thing is actually going at a pretty good clip. You can see we've already gotten 31 resin in here. 35 if you include all the random resin that I've gotten. So yeah, this thing is going to go at a pretty good pace. And I was kind of thinking about putting maybe 4 more rubber trees in, like one here and here. I'll probably do that, but I'm also debating whether or not we want to just clip all the leaves, because this looks insane. But then again, well, mostly because I'm worried that this is going to become a horrible monster trap. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, this will probably do us just fine. So all we really need to do is get some of the stuff pulled out of here and brought into our factory, and then we need to find a way to process that material into something more useful, i.e. rubber. So why don't I get together the stuff to get some of that going, and I'll be back. Alright, I am back, and this should be pretty easy to do. We're just going to get ourselves another ender chest and pop over here into below our farm. This really shouldn't be too complicated of a build for us to do. It should just be able to sort of slap stuff down, and it should work just fine. Let's put it here with a golden transport pipe here. And the sticky resin should fall right out of the hatch into the ender chest. And all we should have to do from there is set our ender chest to be the proper color. And now it's in our factory, being basically sent along right now into a default route because nothing's going to really know what to do. Should be able to see, yeah, the resin will pretty much end up in here and then be turned black. So what we want to do is I'm actually going to come over here, pull our overclockers out of this extractor and pull it off of there, because we're going to use this extractor pretty much right here to handle our resin. And this stuff should come in slow enough. Obviously it's coming in kind of fast at the moment, but it should come in slow enough that it shouldn't need more than one. So why don't we go ahead, I want to grab, let's see if I can grab it faster. Whoop. There we go. We can pretty much just set this so that it will send resin. Let's say black. That should work. Right now, it's still just going to paint it black and not do anything with it. But since nothing has a black spot until later, we can basically run a tube down here and paint that black. So let's grab our paint. I can remember where we put it. And some of our redstone pneumatic tubing. Not redstone pneumatic tubing, just regular pneumatic tubing. Red power pneumatic tubing is what I meant. So what we can do is we can just go bam and paint that black. So only resin should come down into here. And obviously we're going to want to set up a retriever system, which we might... No, we should probably just set up another one just to be on the safe side. I don't want to potentially cause any problems. So yeah, so all we need to do now is dig down under here and connect this thing up to power and get probably a retriever made. So let's see where our power line is. It's right there. Not sure how much glass fiber cabling we have. Not a whole lot. Luckily, I did manage to replenish my diamond supply just a little bit. I'm gonna grab some glass. Just get this crafted up real quick. I should probably make... We'll go with 5. Never hurts to have a bit extra. There we go. That should tide us over for a little while. And we should just need to run this straight down like so. Can we? No. Gonna have to get under it. There we go. And let's see. I'm trying to decide. Probably. And then I blow the thing up because, yeah, this thing needs a transformer. Okay. Alright, let me make another extractor, and I'm pretty sure we're going to want to upgrade that at some point in the near future. Okay. Alright, I'm going to make another extractor, and then I'm going to make, I'll probably be back to make the transformers that I'm going to need. I'm going to go ahead and make the medium voltage transformer because I want to upgrade that MFE at some point. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I think I've got everything in order now. Right now we don't really need this MV transformer, but because this thing is already outputting at medium voltage. But like I said, I want to upgrade this to an MFSU at some point here in the near future. So I might as well go ahead and replace this with this. And yeah. I want to make sure this is facing the right way. Should be good. Whoops. Damn it. Okay. So if I were to dig my way down here and take a look, we should be good to go. Alright. Cool. So like I said, I just wanted to go ahead and set that now just to handle any sort of later debacles. Anyway, so yeah, so we're pretty much going to set, thinking right here, set our LV transformer. And yeah, we'll just set it like so. That should be in the proper place. Of course, it's impossible to move around down here because of all the insane wiring. I want to just get over here to the other side so I can take a look. Okay, that appears to be set properly. Cool. So, now we can put our extractor down. And it does not blow up. It should, in fact, power up. In theory. Unless we hook that up wrong? Is something get flipped over here? What is going on with you? Yeah, I'm just gonna dig down. A little bewildered of why this isn't powering up. Alright, give me a minute to figure out what the heck's going on here, and I'll be back. Okay, we just had some stuff flipped around weird, so I went ahead and had to break this off, unfortunately. I think when I put the MV transformer up against it, for some reason flipped it around and did some crazy stuff, so. Anyway, so our extractor is now hooked up, and if we go ahead and put our overclockers in, we should be set to go. And now all we need to do is put our bit of tubing right there. And now any of this stuff coming in through the system should go right into our extractor. Let's go ahead and take a look. In the ender chest, that should paint it black, and the closest black should be right here. Yep, and there it goes. And it should go ahead and extract pretty quickly. Cool. So now all we need to do is set up a retriever. Now I was debating whether or not I wanted a separate retriever, and I think I do, just to sort of help maintain a certain... So I know what's going on, and I don't have to dig around and figure out what's connected to what, and I think this is the best way to go about it. So we're going to need a filter. And of course we need a piston for that. Oh, I knew I needed a bunch of stuff. Alright, there we go. So a bit of iron and wood and redstone and some cobblestone. I'm kind of surprised that this stuff has fallen out of our project table, because that was pretty much what we were using this for the longest time. Okay, and a bit of wood should do the trick. Piston. Okay, so now where'd our filter plan go? Here it is. Here we go. And finally our retriever, which we'll probably have to grab a couple things for. Yeah, ender pearls and brass. 2 brass. Was it 2 or 3? For some reason I'm derping. And a bit of animal leather, if I recall. Where? Ah, I think I put it upstairs, maybe? No. Alright, let me go grab a bit of leather from our cows. Alright, here we go. Last piece, get this thing put together. Shouldn't be too difficult once it's all set. So, just throw our patterns back up in here so they're out of the way. And I'm going to need a bit of blue alloy wiring. Where is it? I know we have some in here. We'll go with the stone jacketed. I think what we can do too is I'll go ahead and just use this timer, and we'll find a way to run some basically run the redstone wiring off of that. And I'm gonna need my screwdriver. There we go. Having the multiple bags is sometimes a little confusing. Okay, so just a bit of pneumatic tubing should do the trick. Alrighty, so we'll probably want to set this to something just so that that was strange. I guess we had much more of this stuff than anything else, but there we go, it's fully powered. Okay. I'm not actually sure where we're going to want to send this rubber right now, because the stuff we're kind of using for industrial craft is kind of cluttered at the moment. So I'm kind of taking a second just to look around, thinking maybe here. Alright, so if we just put that there, we should be good to go. Alright, so let me figure out exactly where we want to put this rubber, and then I'll be back. Alright, so I think I've got everything worked out. We're going to keep our rubber in this chest, and this is going to rapidly need to be upgraded pretty quick. But for now, we're just going to make sure we're pointed in the right direction. There we go. And we should be good because I went ahead and just set the rubber to be turned black, which means it will go into whatever chest we sort of tell it to. Whoop, I didn't actually mean to do that. Okay. And we're going to tell it to go in here. Pretty simple. Alright, so that done, we should be able, if we can just get this hooked up to this timer here. Let's see if we can do that without too much complication. And get this thing hopefully going. Yeah, that's not quite going to work. So, new plan. We'll convert this stretch of our pneumatic tubing into redstone pneumatic tubing. And we should just be able to run it like so. Right now we have plenty of opportunity to do this while nothing's running through the pipes. Okay. We're going to need one more, it looks like. There we go. And now I'm really stuck down here. Pretty much just making this an entirely huge mess. Alright, so now just a bit of this. Well, that's strange. So this thing flipping around like that. It's pretty odd. So I'm trying to figure out how we can run this, and it's not liking me very much, is it? Yeah. I'm probably gonna have to take a second to think this timer through. We might just have to move it and then like move it off to the side somewhere and we can connect it someplace else. Yeah. Alright, so this whole mess is going to basically come apart, so let's just do that. Basically what we're just going to do is pop this off and move it basically down. Can we just put it here? Because if we can just... No. Okay, so we should be able to do this. I have to make this as complicated as possible. There we go. And that should take that whole line. Now, if I go ahead, and you can see it went ahead and pulled out the stuff that we needed. So now I should just be able to basically do this. I could have turned this stuff into redstone tubing, but I'm a little worried that that would interact funny with the filters, so we're just going to do that. And that should basically let this one timer deal with both of these retrievers. Cool. So let me just basically speed this thing up just a little bit. I'm thinking like so. We should be good to go. This thing is running, it's now pulling, and it should be sending it right along to black, and it should be showing up, I hope, over here. I'm a little worried it's going over here. It does look like it is still going over here. That is a problem. I guess this is closer still? I don't see how that's possible though. Because that is a restriction tube. That is strange, if I do say so myself. Because the rubber should be right there. Alright, let me work out exactly maybe... Actually, I do have a fix in mind. I can do it. I don't have to go anywhere. We'll really make sure this is the last place that this goes. By turning that into a restriction tube. And to test this should be pretty simple. Because anything that doesn't know how to handle will go here. Yes, because that's being turned. We don't want to turn this black. We want to turn this white. That way everything coming out of there will not clog this up. A little bit convoluted, I know, but should work out pretty good. Once I work out all the kinks, of course. Alright, so that stuff's getting pulled out. It's being turned white. Good. It's going to go into our sorter there, be turned black, and is still going back that way. Alright, something really strange is going on, so I'm going to have to dig this all up, and then I'll be back. Alright, I think I have it figured out. It was pretty much a simple matter of this filter being flipped the wrong way. I know. It's always a stupid little mistake like that. I'm not sure why our sticky resin is going in here now. Because it should have a sooner route. So let's put this here. All sorts of having to test and retest this because things are just acting funny. That should go that way. Where's our sticky resin? That should go straight down. Okay, into there. Alright, that seems to be working. Now let's see if this is going into the right chest now. And it does. Cool. Alright, so, and actually putting that as a restriction tube is probably good just in case for future reference. So, there we go. We are now auto-processing all of our rubber. We're automatically getting resin and processing it through our sorting system. So, cool. So I'm pretty sure that we're probably getting pretty close to the point where we need to call this episode, so I'm going to check that real quick and then I'll be back. Yep, we are right on time, in fact. So, sorry for the weird cut. You guys are probably wondering, wait, why doesn't he know? Yeah, I forgot to set a timer. Sorry guys, so sue me. Anyway, this has been, oh, what episode has this been? 40? Yes, 40. Man, I don't know where my brain is right now. Anyway, this has been Season 2, Episode 40 of DarkDragoon's Feed the Beast Modpack Let's Play. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and catch you guys later.